Hello, Simon, and everybody else on the line.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much, Stephen. So you have a lunch, yes?
It's actually just hi, everybody. Will you be translating, Simon, or is it
No, in English. No need to
Brilliant.
translate. Yeah.
Brilliant. So first of all, I'm packing up my room here in the home city, actually, of my wife. Right now in Thailand, we have about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending on traffic outside of Bangkok. And today I'm actually going to jump in the car and go and see Aaron in Bangkok. We're going to have a work group over the weekend and, and start really building, because it's getting exciting. I guess, Simon, you were on the call last night and I see your smile. You got some nodes finally.
Thank you. We try to figure out how to put in the
it's a process, guys. It's a process, guys. And this call is for you to avoid mistakes. Okay. So today we won't go into, to all the details about every single, reward you can get. I will specifically today speak about how do you structure your business. Okay. Because we are very near, as you know, Simon, we had a Zoom last night with Steve and Miller. We are very near of onboarding also and getting the new back office, with the tracking tools, in Connect and so on. We will be obviously also then a very long waited switching on the win rewards. Okay. And this will be significant if you build it in the right way, because we had a good call yesterday with Mark and you other guys on the call here, and I think you guys, when you saw, what kind of opportunity this is, you saw that it's not only one, thing that is interesting here. We have several things, several node projects, actually 13 node projects in the pipeline. Okay. What is combining these projects together is Connect. Okay. So through Connect that we are onboarding, and that's why the process is currently a little bit confusing, because we are coming from outside. For you guys that starts now, it will be much more logical. Okay. For Simon and me, that's been, doing it for some time, and sometimes some sounds so long and it's not. What is it, Simon, 4 months? Yeah, something like that. It sounds like eternity, but it's actually a very short time. But the thing is, what we have to understand is that we have one central unity, that combines everything. And you do not even need to go through that central unity if you're only interested about green. If you're only interested about Digger, which is the digital in-ground reserves, which is able to scan, the ground, and, to put precious metals or whatever it might be, in the ground on a blockchain without digging it up and destroying the environment by doing so. Because if you think about it, a lot of, the gold is currently used for backing up, things. So it's sitting in vaults, it's sitting, not used for example. Another thing is electronics, obviously. So that will always be needed. or always be needed. That is always a statement. We don't know what the future brings, obviously. But there are a lot of projects that are interesting. Switch is one of them, which is right around the corner, obviously. And Switch for me is one of the absolutely most interesting ones. Why? Because it deals with one of the huge hurdles, I would say, today of dealing with international business. But not only international business, connecting the new economy, the decentralized finance economy with the old economy, you might call it, fiat currencies and so on, but also combining in between different kind of decentralized finance instrument, such as, the Gala token, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BAT, greens, you name it, and so on. So Connect and reward system we will speak about today is not only being able to give you a better price when you come through that and a better deal, it will also on top of that be able for you to, on a blockchain, build you rewards for what I would say for life. Why do I say for life? Because any of these projects that keeps on running, they will always be minting in rewards to this reward plan. So that is to keep in mind before I even start. Now, what kind of time frame do we have on this? We are not talking obviously weeks or even or months or anything. We are talking days. So we are expecting now tomorrow to finalize. That's why I won't speak a lot today about, the wind wheel and so on. There will be similar elements, it will work in a very similar way, but improved to pay the builders once we have it all also in under the wind chain. But I will today speak about the wind chain specifically. Okay, and I will explain the difference also and so on. And the wind chain is very interesting for a very simple reason. It's built to actually really reward the builders. Okay, it's built to incentivize not only once when you do something, but if you think about it, let's say that you buy a node or even a fractional node. What is a fractional node? It's something that is smaller than $2,000 considered. Okay, so you could have, for example, a 500 package, which will be 1/4 of a full block bot. Okay, it's called a block bot that has a $2,000 US dollar in combined value. So let me, maybe Simon, yeah, you can share if you want your screen, and I can guide you guys through it. That is also one way to do it. So today, if you're looking today, guys, about what we have today, until tomorrow. So this is very short time now, obviously. We're talking about wind wheel packages here, and they are all, as you can see, under $2,000. Correct? Why? Because there will be two compensation system, two reward system, that mixes into one under the wind chain. One is for everything that is over 2,000. Okay. And one is for the smaller packages that are meant to help people to get on board, okay, speed up their way of accumulating, I would say, node power. So if you're looking at these packages here, you have a 500 USDT and you have 1,000 USDT. Now, if you're looking at these, if you keep on, you're buying, let's say, for example, 500 USDT worth of green, and then you would buy another 500 USDT, when we get to do so, or what, switch, as an example, or maybe you would go for 1,000 USDT of switch. And then you would buy something of blue, which is the medical node, something of digger in the future. We all understand then that these accumulated, purchases that you do, they will, at some point, if you keep on doing it, be above $2,000, correct? So once you reach this $2,000, you will form something. Then if you can continue, Simon, forward with slides. This you can skip also, as it's not important currently. You can skip this also. You go straight into, what is important right now. This you can skip also. This, guys, is now very important, because everything that has happened before also, in the wind wheel is the one-liner that Simon showed you. There will be a very similar system underneath the wind reward chain also. The one-liner is interesting for a simple reason that all helps all. It goes in a long line. Maybe you can go back quickly to that one and I explain it for the guys that haven't understood it. Let me actually let's do it like this, Simon. If I share my screen, even better, then I can jump easier. Is this correct? Yes, there we go. So if you're looking at the wind wheel here that we've been working on now, which is a brilliant onboarding tool. Why? Because if you're looking at it, your sponsor, as an example, let's say you would be A here. I hope you guys can see my screen. If you would be A here, Simon, can you confirm that you see my screen so I'm not speaking for
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, brilliant. So if you're thinking about it, guys, in this way, that you would be A here. I'm your sponsor. I would place you in. The rule is same for everyone on the wind wheel. The first person you enroll into the system goes to the right, followed by the left, followed by the right. So it's, it's not possible for you on this wind wheel to choose left or right. And if you understand how that works, that means that if I'm continuing to sponsor people, I'm your sponsor, I will do the B person, which would go on my left, correct? You go on the right. B, Simon as an example, would go on my left. I do C, you see that you will now have both left and right side, correct? Do you guys understand that are listening in? Can you, Mark, confirm? Do you understand what I mean with that?
Yes, we understand.
Okay, so when you would start doing something, then Mark, you would obviously, your first would be AA. That is your A person. Your second one would be AB. Your third one would be AC, followed by AD and so on. Everybody has the same rule in the wind wheel. That means that everybody helps everybody, and you get a lot of spillover called in a binary, as an example. That means that you get a company leg both left and right. Now, how is this controlled? It's controlled in actually 3 different ways in the future. To explain it to you how it will work under the wind chain, it has 3 pools. One of the pools will reward everyone. Okay, so depending on your qualifications and so on, you get also paid on the total company volume, if you understand what I mean. Everything on your left and on your right. It accumulates the points and it divides them then it takes the weaker leg, which obviously is not in a system like this much weaker, and it calculates from the 25% pool and it pays it out to everyone. So this is obviously a small commission, but if you think about it, it keeps on growing. So we in this room now, in this Zoom, how many people are we here right now? We are 14 people. If you think that we 14 people would be on one line, here, when everybody starts helping everybody and working, it grows obviously pretty fast. Once it starts growing, you might have 10,000, accounts on your right, where only, 15 of them or something is your own. You might have 20,000, accounts on your left, where maybe also, 10, 15 is your own. So even if each of these accounts would give you a very, very low fractional income, if you understand what I mean, so it dilutes the pool, so to say, it would still reward the people that jumps on from the beginning and people that builds, because there is also a re-entry with this. So once you have earned 4 times your package size, you simply need to do a rebuy, and every single 90 days you re-enter on the right side, of the line. So it rolls like a wheel. Do you guys understand what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this is a small part of it. 25% of that for everyone, so as to say. 25% goes for direct sponsorship. Okay, so if you enroll a member today, you get paid, from that member today from the wind wheel also. That means that obviously doesn't get diluted, because it's every time you do it, you get paid. So that's 25% of the payout that goes out. Now, 50% of this total pool that pays for the small packages and so on will be distributed depending on your results. Now, what does that mean? It works in a similar way as a binary, a trinary, 4 legs, 5 legs, depending on what you build and so on, where you will have a strong leg and you will have smaller legs, correct? In uni-level, if you think about it as your sponsor line. And that means that pool is also not diluting. So there is one pool that pays everyone. There is one pool in the wind wheel that pays direct sponsorship, and there is one pool that pays for the builders. Now, this is, yes, interesting, but it's smaller income compared to what I want to speak about today, because this is actually not currently very important, because we are going on right now to get paid by the majority of it. Because guys, for the wind wheel, let's jump back quickly on that one here. It is only currently 50% of the payout volume that goes towards that. And it is only for packages that are up to $1,000 or smaller. So you guys for sure understands that the biggest, payout is not in the wind wheel. The biggest payout is in the Win blockchain. This pays for everything, guys, for everything that is over $1,000 purchases directly. And it also pays for all repurchases that happens on the wind chain. What do I mean with this? You start buying, digger, you start buying blue, you start buying more green nodes, and so on. This goes straight in the wind rewards. This is on a blockchain where all sales and payments goes into the smart contract, and it's documented on the Win blockchain. That means that it's free for everyone to see. It's open for everyone to see that the commission is paid out in accordance with, what is described. It's also make sure that it is paid without a company intervening where the money goes. Do you guys understand the power of that?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, like I said, all sales goes into the smart contract, and are documented on Win blockchain. When you qualify, you earn rewards on the blockchain. And I will go through this. There are a lot of ways to qualify, but there is a first step that you need to enter into to get paid. I'm not talking now about the Win wheel with small packages. I'm talking about the Win blockchain. And the minimum qualification, I will get back to that very, very soon, is very simply $2,000 in combined purchases. So this is why I'm telling you guys that, for example, let's say that you would have bought one package of 1,000, you would have bought one package of 500, and you would have bought another package of 500. If you add these together, what happens? It's 2,000 in a total. Yeah. So you need to, number one, in order to start qualifying on this, guys, you need to be a block bot. What does it mean to be a block bot? It means packages that are combined more than 2,000 USDT. Now, when you do this, when you have that yourself, now first I want to, a little bit jump back and say this is a uni-level foundation that it builds on. What I mean with a uni-level foundation is that it works in a very simple way. You have your first line, your directs, your F1s, many ways of talking about it. I would say it's similar as you getting children's. So your children's would obviously then be placed where? On your generation 1, level 1, directly sponsored, you call it what you want. So we have A, B, C, D, E in this example. When you reach the 2,000 USDT, as I said, and when you reach 5 direct accounts, or actually 5 lines, it's not even a direct, it can be second generation even. And if the first generation hasn't, reached the 2,000, it compresses. Why is this important to understand? It's dynamic compression. I will get back to this, what that means. But it's very simple. Dynamic compression means that if somebody on your first line would not qualify, you don't suffer from it. It will automatically roll up. Some people call it a roll-up system. The first active and qualified person, no matter of what generation that person is on. Do you guys understand how dynamic compression works?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, brilliant. Now, when you do this, guys, you have 2,000 USDT yourself on your account. You have 5 directs, or actually 5 sponsor lines then that has reached the 2,000 mark. And now this is important because we will speak about this one very soon again. They need to run their nodes a minimum of 6 hours per day if you want to qualify in full. Now, obviously, we want to qualify in full. So this is a very important thing. Not only do you need to qualify with having a package yourself, run your nodes for a minimum of 6 hours per day, but you should also make sure that you have at least 5 fronts. And this is what we spoke about yesterday. If you want to build big, make sure you have 5 directs. Obviously, you can have 2 building lines here. A and B, where you build with leaders, and C can be, your wife, D can be the brother-in-law, E can be your sister or brother or your mother or your father or your kid, even if the kid is over 18 years. So actually, you need 2 lines to build big in this, but I recommend to build 5. Why? You will understand it very soon when I speak about the big business, because this is not obviously 10% of, the purchases of your front line. And 10% once, when you form a block, guys, with 5, you will get paid 10% of all the frontline purchases of these 5, first one that comes. It doesn't stop with that, but this is the first step to form a Win node. So is this clear for everyone that you need 5 fronts, a minimum of 2,000 USDT on them? They need to run at least one of the licenses, okay? A minimum of 6 hours per day to be 100% active for you to qualify for all the rewards on the Win blockchain. Is there any questions about this?
Got it.
Brilliant. Smart people. Step number 2, because we are only, when I'm talking about, guys, the block rewards, this is something you get paid once. It's when you form a Win node. Okay, first time you do it. Now, second step that comes here is transaction rewards. So if you keep on adding here, you know, you don't stop to get 10% on your front line when you have 5. No, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. Every time somebody buys something on the first line, you will get a transaction reward of 10% of whatever that amount is. So let's say that you have a person that goes for 100,000, you know, node license in the future. That's 10,000, correct? So it is very interesting to have this, you know, direct bonus for the simple reason that we are working with a long-term project where people most probably that understands it wants to only not run one, you know, block bot or node project, but maybe multiple or even all of them. I think this is pretty easy to understand. But also let's speak about what happens when your fronts are doing the same as you. Okay, when your fronts are doing this, they are obviously getting their what? Block reward. You are getting 10% of that also. You are getting a transaction reward. And on top of that, guys, you see the third generation. What happens on the third generation? Somebody here builds a Win node. Your front is getting a transaction reward. What are you getting paid? A confirmation reward. So it is actually going three generations deep. You know, the builder, the first builder rewards are going 3 generations deep, compressed, as I said, dynamic compression, 3 generations for each and every purchase that ever gets purchased lifetime here. Now, you need only to receive that, you need to qualify once for this. So this is very important that we all understand what do we need to comply with in order for us to reach a block, a Win node. A Win node enables you to get complete block rewards, 10% of first block bot sold, yes, but it also enables you to join each and every pool in payout that I will speak about soon, because these are the big ones.
Stefan, can you go back to the second transaction reward? I just want to make sure
that
after the block reward. Now, what happens if we have the first front line number 6, 7, 8, 9? Can you explain again this one?
Yes, this is very good, Simon, because obviously when you're forming your first block, you know, you're actually getting double paid here, you know, because you have a block reward and then you have a transaction reward. Okay, now what happens with the 6th and where the block, the remaining 10% that wouldn't get paid out anymore as a block reward, it goes into the node support reward pool. Okay, so that is why it's plus 30% that goes to that one. I'm coming back to that. So when you keep on adding, Simon, you know, you go 6, you go 7, you go 8, you go 9, you go 10, you always get paid 10%. Always, no matter how many you have on your front line. Is that clear?
So that's mean number 6, 7, 8, 9 front line, yes, we still can get paid 10%.
Yep.
Wow. So that means we be why we still can get the 10% of the front line, right?
Yeah, always.
Wow.
All the way from Simon. You're getting from your first one also obviously 10%, but when you have done 5, you get an additional 10%.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so you keep on adding 6, you get a 10%, 7, 10%, 8, 9, 10. But not only that, Simon, you obviously get also paid what? Confirmation reward from your second generation.
Oh, okay, I got it. Wow. I thought I stopped after first 5, but not.
No. It continues, and not only that, it goes to third generation for the block rewards, you know, for the Win node rewards, when you form a block, you know. So anybody that forms a block down in your organization, and if people in between are not qualified, it will go up to the first qualified Win node.
Give me 1 minute. Quan trọng lắm nha anh chị. Cái reward thứ hai đó gọi là transaction reward đó, là xin lỗi, cái block reward đó là 5 cái đầu tiên, như từ cái thứ 6, 7, 8, 9 trở đi mình chẳng được 10%, nhưng cái tên nó gọi là transaction reward nha, chứ không phải là chỉ dừng lại 5 người đầu tiên. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
This is very important, yeah, Simon, and that's why I think it was a huge misunderstanding with people, because first of all, they didn't understand how powerful this is in a project that keeps on making money. Because now remember, This is not only for the nodes that you buy. This is for every money that is made or paid. So in the future, if it is, for example, some kind of, monthly fee, if it is some kind of, service fee, or if it's some kind of transaction that happen that make money, you always get paid this 10%. So, and it depends on if it's paid in Bitcoin, you get in Bitcoin. If it's paid in Gala, you would get in Gala. If it's paid in green, you would get in green. If it's paid in win rewards, from the blockchain itself, you get that, So it's a multi-currency compensation plan on a blockchain.
Wow, awesome, right? Wow. So on the revenue, membership, whatever in the future, we got to get the pay.
Yeah, I go back to this and I say all sales and payments.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Make more sense. Yes.
Yes. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the big money. Sorry. Here. Node support rewards. This is plus 30% of all the packages, and payments, obviously commissionable payments that comes into the system. So not somebody if somebody sends money, to another one, that is obviously not something that is paid commission on, just to point that out. But if there would be a fee, that fee would go in on the blockchain. You guys understand? Now, on top of the block rewards, on top of the transaction rewards, on top of the confirmation rewards. So if you see here already, guys, there is a potential 20% that gets paid out in the block rewards. Why? Because you're getting what? You're getting the block reward yourself, and the other person is getting what? A transaction reward on people that are forming win nodes. And you're getting also on top of that a confirmation reward for everything that goes on all the sales and so on. Not only on forming win nodes, but each and every sale, of course. Now, that is then potentially up to 40%, minus then percentages when people have formed the first node, then it's only 20. Okay, 20%, that goes out. Now, 30% on top, on that percent units here, guys, are going straight into what? To the node support rewards pool. And this is very interesting, because when you have once, guys, qualified to be a win node, if you are active, that means that what? You are running 6 hours per day minimum, your node, and you have 5 people minimum on your front line that does the same, you are qualified to take part of the node support rewards pool. And this is cool, because here it's depending on actions. If you see here, I've been writing here, enjoy infinity rewards based on activity, no matter of what level they happen. So this is now, it is a uni-level, yes, the bottom of it, but what I'm speaking about now is an infinity pool. Okay, and this is pretty exciting. Why? Because you are getting paid and rewarded for basically everything that happens, what you do, what your directs do that is in your organization, your indirects do that is in your organization, but also each and every person in your sponsor lines. No matter first generation, second, third, 1,000, 3,000 generation, every single time there are certain actions, guys, that happens on the Win blockchain, which is a reward chain, you get paid. And it's based on Win scores. It sounds very, confusing, but it's actually very, very simple. These Win scores that makes up of all the actions that happens with you and your team, like I explained, they will be paid out daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and overall time. And this works in a very, very simple day. Let's say you start doing actions today. Obviously, if you qualify for it, you have formed a Win node, you're running 6 hours a day, your node, you have 5 people on your front that does the same. Okay, obviously you would qualify for the daily one, correct? Now, tomorrow, you still get paid from today. Why? Because 20% goes into the weekly. So if you do it daily, guys, you are not only getting paid daily, but you also participate in 20% of all the revenue that goes into the weekly pool. And you need to, the same rules apply 25% of the time. So here, if you would miss a day, you wouldn't necessarily fall out of the weekly pool, Why? Because you need 25% of the time. Is this clear? When you continue doing it, so you get to the weekly pool, you will soon enter also the monthly pool, correct? You will enter the yearly pool, and you will enter the all-time pool. So 2 years from now, guys, you will still get paid over the all-time 5% pool. The yearly, obviously, still for the year that is going 12 months back. You will get paid for the 30 days back, you know, what you did, you know, from the monthly. You will get paid 7 days back from the weekly, and you will get paid from what? The day that it happens. Now, how do you get paid? This is very interesting. Because if you look at this, guys, I will zoom in here. This is how it pays in the different pools. 25% of these pools is distributed evenly to every single member that qualifies for the pools. I'm soon coming into what are these pools. And 75% is distributed proportionally. Now, to make this simple to understand, let's say that there would be $1 million to share between the members that qualified for a certain pool. 250,000 would be distributed evenly to all the nodes, the win nodes that qualified, and 75% would be paying out in proportion, guys, to how active you were and your organization were. Is this clear? So the more active you and your organization is, the more you will get. Now, it consists of, like I said before, the all-time, the annual, the monthly, the weekly, and the daily score. And that forms your complete win score. And that is distributed then in these pools. Now, what are these pools? This is getting interesting, guys, here, because now I think you will start to understand why this is so big. Every person in the company participates from this 30% of all the turnover, you know, that gets made and so on. All the sales, all the transactions is distributed for all block bots that are qualified. Okay. Now, top 50,000 in the company, another 20%. Now, top 5,000 in the company, another 25%. Top 500 in the company, another 25%. And top 50 in the company, another 25%. Let me make this clear. Let's say that the turnover of the company would be 10 million, the sales. What is 30% of that? That's 3 million, correct? Now, what is 25% of 3 million? 750, correct? If you are in the top 50, 25% of this 750,000 would be paid for everyone that qualifies for the top 50 pool, and 75% would be distributed in the same way upon activity proportionally. Now, my question to you is, if you build one leg that is strong, isn't 2 leg double much scores? Yes, of course it is. Is 3 legs, it's 3 times as much scores. 4 legs is 4 times as much scores, if they're equally strong, obviously. Do you guys follow me? So here it incentivizes you to at least build a few legs. So my recommendation again is make sure to build 5. Okay, but if you're building 5 leg, guys, if you start doing the math, because you are not only, if you are top 50 in the company, participating in the blockchain Jedi reward pool, the 25. No, you are obviously also participating in the top 500. Why? Because you are top 50, so you are the first 50 in the 500, and there are 450 more, correct? If you qualify for the top 500 and the top 50, you qualify in the top 5,000. If you qualify in all of these, you qualify in the top 50,000, and obviously also for all the block bots. Now, how does these scores form? It's actually pretty simple. Every time you earn $100, okay, USDT, BTC, they count it on the BTC, but you know, it doesn't matter how you earn it. It's in the BTC value, but it can be, you know, greens, it can be USDT, it can be Ethereum, it can be whatever it's paid in the packages, guys. Now you get 1 point. So you get 1 blockchain point and you get 1 friend point. These are different. Now, every time you help a friend earn, you get 1 point. and 1 point. Every time you help someone in your team to earn. Now, this is obviously not your, so your friend is what? That's your first generation, correct? If it's the friends of a friend or someone, it's your team.
Yes.
Every time someone of your team save 100, this has it's a saving program, guys, that puts it into a vault, which has to do with earnings also. It's coming. You make points. Every time you help someone of your team give away, this is also for the welfare, you know, project that is getting developed, you get points. Every time a team member achieves a win node for the first time. So again, not only when you do your block reward and so on, when they start, you help your team, you get also points. Now, every time you first license get a block bot, every time someone in your team has an active block bot. What is an active block bot? It is somebody that runs it for more than 6 hours in a day, or a month, or a week. So you're getting points for activity over and over and over a day. Every time you personally have an active smart block of 5 block bots, what is that? That is a win node. So for everything that happens in your team, ladies and gentlemen, it's mostly gentlemen, I think, you qualify for this. Okay? You qualify for getting more scores. And of this, 75% of each and every pool is proportionally to how big builder you are, and 25% of these pools goes to everyone that qualifies for this pool. And it all goes back to this. Your daily activity, what you do today, and what happens in the company turnover today, not only in your organization. When you continue, you get paid tomorrow, the next day, once 7 days, you know, full, you get the weekly reward, or actually when you qualify for the week, which is 25% of the week. Same goes for the month, year, and overall time. So as you guys can understand, what you do today will affect you even 364 days from now, correct? And it will even affect you 366 days from now with a 5% effective rate for it. Now, this is just an example how this works, guys, on a very, very small scale. If you see here, you know, you would have your front line, they would be making points. You would have win node A, B, C, D, E that participates. And you would have, for example, 100% distributed proportional per block, $100 would go 25% evenly. So if you have 5 points, how many points in total? 5, 30, 75, 85, 90, and 100 points, correct? So if you're looking at it here, $100 would go in here, and then it would go in here. And you're getting, you know, proportionally, and that would be the total that people get paid. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
It's pretty simple. Questions?
So can you know, can you give more like save? That means they had the program to save the token on the vow or something like that, right? Number four. Yeah. Okay.
This is the vault we're talking about. So when people start, you know, minting their rewards, Simon, you know, start minting the rewards and saving it and so on, you know, so the more people are actually keeping and holding their rewards and not using them all the time, you will also get paid over time.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it helps to not dilute the market even also, obviously. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's for me, first time when I heard it, it sounded a little bit confusing, but then when you keep on repeating it and you start understanding how it builds, it's in the end of the day pretty simple, because it builds on, you know, what you do yourself, it builds on what you help your friends to do, and what you help them to help their friends to do, but not even stopping with that. And that's what I love about it, because we're talking the application, guys, you know, the powerful tool of the application. So first we have to what? Learn ourselves how to do things. Okay. Now, then we need to learn how to teach people. So our first generation, how to do things. Then we need to teach these people how to teach people. The second generation. And then we need to teach people how to teach people to train people. Once you have done that 3 generations, it runs by itself, because the first generation is now being taught by not you anymore being involved, but with your frontline. Okay, so it builds on the golden rules of how to effectively accomplish the application. Because if you are strategic in your building, and most people don't understand this, guys, have you ever heard about the 90 days that you should work? We all heard about it, but nobody explained it more than, okay, take some action, you know, and go out and work. But it actually builds on something that is the learning process. And, you know, if you cut a leg or an arm out of somebody, most people will feel it at least 21 days, and up to 30 days, they think they still have the arm there. It takes time to rewire the brain. And the same thing with 90 days, and that is why it's so important. This compensation plan is built with the knowledge of that. Okay, because it's built for, you know, for you to get, you know, used to doing things. It's the teachers of for you to, you know, to get your, you know, to teach your people how to do things, to teach them how to teach people how to do things. And then finally, you are duplicated out of the business. So, you know, the whole compensation plan here is built on the same principles of 30-day blocks. You know, run 30 days of get your own in and learn it, help them 30 days, you know, to get it done, and 30 days in order to make sure that your business runs. So if you follow the same step of going 3 generations deep, and then again, you help on the 3rd generation, you know, to push it very fast, you grow very fast your business. And you're not only then getting people upgrading on the 1st generation, 2nd generation, 3rd generation, you're also creating turnover, you're creating more points, and you are what? You're getting paid for all of these activities until infinity from the node support reward pool. That's how it's built. And here I think, Simon, it was a huge misunderstanding from the beginning, because I don't think people understood how it's distributed. It's 75% on activity and proportionally, and 25% for all. So it doesn't dilute. If you think about now, let's say that we have 10 million in the node support reward, you know, pool, 10 million USD. That's 2.5 million USD that gets paid to the top 50 of the company, only from the top 50 pool, correct? Now, this 2.5 million, 25% of that, you know, roughly, what is it now? 600,000-700,000 for all. The rest, almost 2 million, is paid in proportions. So basically, you could, from that 2 million, have 750,000, 1 million even. That is yours, if you are the top of the organization and you built it. So it will be huge when it keeps on building. And not only that, you will also, Simon, then be in the top 500. You will be in the top 5,000. You will be in the top 50,000, and you will be in the full pool. So with my calculations that I've been looking on, you know, how this will look, this is why I think it's realistic when you build big to hit 10 million a month. Okay? Because if you're looking at these projects, what we are dealing with, I don't remember who it was. It was Tony Saunders, yeah, from the UK team. He said, yeah, but guys, you know, that this with switches has the potential of being basically what the forex industry is today. Okay, imagine then what kind of turnovers you could have in a company like this with these kind of projects. Look at Gala alone today. What is the Gala value today? How many nodes have been sold? What is the turnover? Take a look at it. Now, what if 30% of all of that goes into the pool, which it will, you know, from the other projects? It's massive. It's massive. And on top of that, obviously, we have for the small packages coming in the wind wheel, you know, the new mini wind chain, or whatever, you know, what it will be called, you know, for the small packages, which is important for who? It's important for all these countries that we want to build, not US, Europe, that, you know, can get in on a 500 pack, 1,000, 2,000, you know, and so on. But we are talking countries, Africa, which is totally missing banking. Up to 90% of all Africans don't have a bank account. Okay, what can Switch do for them? A lot. Asia, Southeast Asia, where I'm residing currently, Thailand, you know, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, Indonesia, Philippines, you name it. It's massive, guys. And not only that, we are talking POS systems, merchants that needs to, you know, to take payments, send payments, you know, remittances, you name it. So this is why I am so excited. For the simple reason that I've been in projects before. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we
Can
can.
you guys hear me? Okay, sorry,
Yes,
because
yes,
my
we
internet
can.
was
Yes,
jumping,
we do.
I think. Can you? Okay, brilliant. This is why, guys, I'm so excited. My biggest turnover in my MLM career has been 150 million euros in a week. Okay. If it would take this 150 million euros, what would be 30% from that?
30 million.
Okay, 50 leaders would share that, 25%, you know what? Evenly and 75% proportionally. How much would I have made from the node support reward pool in a company like that, with a turnover like that? You guys understand now that you can make 10 million, in this company monthly. You can not only in rewards and commissions, but if you have a strategy also, guys, if you have a strategy where you keep on hoarding these tokens and these nodes from different projects, you don't need to make 10 million in commission and rewards to make 10 million. Because you can hoard on these and get the value increase of not only the node, but you can get the value increase of all the tokens also over a 12-month, 24-month period, 5-year period, however you choose to do your strategy of these tokens. Me personally, I have a very simple strategy that I follow and I highly recommend it. I liquidate 20% maximum, I keep 80 over time, and I roll it over. Okay, so that means that also from my commissions, I use 20%, for lifestyle and whatever, 80% I roll over into investments. Now, what kind of investments? I've been very, very heavily, like I said in yesterday's call, into real estate. I think at this point with the nodes, NFTs, the new, metaverse world, evolving, the new internet 3.0, call it what you want. I want to own real estate also in cyberspace. Okay, so I will personally be investing heavily into these projects. Why? Because I believe it will at least, if you're looking at these projects, you have Switch, you have Digger, you have Blue, you have Green, you have all of these projects coming in, guys. It's not necessary that each and every one of them even are successful. What if one of them even is coming close to Gala? Gala has now, what is it, 3,000x? No, it's more now. Even what is it now, Simon? Gala,
Yeah, 3,200 times higher compared to 1 year ago.
okay, let's take 10% even of that result with only one of 10 projects, then you can count yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
that's basically, guys, a short wrap up of how it works. What we need to do.
Two quick questions before we wrap up. First of all, how important, because that's very important, talking about the first decentralized smart contract, because that's very important, like we mentioned before. The second is how to easy to duplicate one more time, because many leaders here want to know, should they go with the 555 or some, how to structure easily.
Yeah, guys, do not in any case build 5 first own accounts and then start building under them. You will change your mind after a while. Build real lines. If you intend to build 5 lines, okay, it would be stupid to not have maybe 5 accounts, to hand over, but build real people. Because but also obviously make sure to also have your people that won't build, you can put on your first line. So if you have investors that only looking at mining, and so on, but remember one thing, a lot of investors, when they get building, and they see it works, what do? They build more and they involve people. So put them on your first generation and help them to form a win node block. Okay, they can do that with a family. I mean, you can have 5 people plus yourself easily, even from a family. Give out a few small nodes for people to run just to qualify. That's how I'm building it. I'm building, actually, I'm not even building from my top. I'm building 4 lines with Simon. We are building together. I don't know how many lines. Obviously, I lost track already, but I build real, guys. You don't need to gamify this compensation plan because it gamifies itself. The only thing you need to think about is to have, to be compensated in all of these, pools. you need 5 fronts. Now, do you need 5 active builders? No. Is it cool to have 5 active builders? Yes. Is it cool to have 10 active builders front lines? Yeah, but now maybe better than to think about help the leadership, you know, in your different to build their lines also. So that's how I'm looking at it, you know, aim for 5 active, you know, real, you know, sponsor lines, and then aim to help your front lines to do the same. Simple duplication. 5 helps 5, and so on. Every single one that, you know, is an investor and looking only to sit and do nothing, put them on your front line. Okay, put them on your first generation. Why? Because you get paid the most. so it's I mean, whatever they keep on, because don't do the mistake that you put them on the second or third generation then, because if they start build, you miss out on that then in that way. So, you know, put them on your first generation, the so-called investors that, you know, wants to purchase some nodes and don't care about it. But believe me, when it works, I don't think you can keep them from recommending it. That's how investors work. I mean, if I speak with Simon or I speak with you guys on this call, it doesn't matter. If I have something that makes me money, I would mention it, correct? And if I mention it and they come in through the best portal ever, because remember, people can go directly to the different projects and buy nodes that do not go into your organization. No, but they won't have as good deal. And you know, guys, where the money goes, instead of paying first and second and third generation, you know, bonuses, it goes straight into the node support reward pool. So it grows the 30%. That's why I wrote, guys, 30% plus, because it's a minimum of 30%. This is very important. It's 30% plus. Also, all the extra ones, when you form your first 5 and you get the block rewards, from the 6th on, there is no block rewards, correct? That goes also in to the node support reward pool. So it's minimum always of 30% of all the revenue sales payments that go straight into that pool. So I think simple mathematics for people that have a calculator, even, you know, play with it a bit. It's pretty cool. I haven't seen a company paying out 30% actually, you know, to leadership and builders, you know, in that way before. It's pretty unique, and it fits very well with the whole strategy of the company. Because if you understand this, that Simon has here on the picture, all payments goes in under the smart contracts and so on. There is only a same amount as the 30%, you know, that goes towards developing different projects. But they are also going through the blockchain. Okay, so the company, a lot of people from the beginning when we started, you know, where is the company based? What is the sub entity unity? That's not even important on this. Where is Bitcoin's head office? You guys understand? We are building a blockchain. We're building a blockchain, a new generation company. That is why they put in all on the blockchains. Because if you go in and look also on the different, you know, Gala, you know, and all of these, where do you think that Wright Thurston, you know, the guy that is behind Connect and owns 50% of all, you know, Gala, where do you think that he made his most money? It's not from, you know, from the cash, it's from the Gala tokens. So it's a new way of looking at, you know, the economy. And I love that. Decentralized, you and me can from the beginning be involved of building it. The more we do over time, not only once, you know, but helping it grow, help the community grow, not only my, you know, direct sponsor lines, no, the whole company. Because the better it goes for the whole company, once you are qualified, you are there. You're in the node support reward pools. So at least, you know, when you have once reached it and you keep active and so on, you keep on, you know, benefiting from the company growth. And that's pretty cool. That's
so
pretty
the
cool.
two very important thing I love, because like decentralized smart contract. So that means one day the president, even though the owner of the blockchain, no, we don't have the owner. But if they disappear, no problem.
Doesn't
right?
matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. And
Correct.
the second, the node we own forever. So that's
Yes,
no one take away from us.
And not only that, guys, as you might have seen, the price already of green is officially up in 5,200 or something. Each and every time somebody buys a node, it goes up with $1. Okay. Now, the same goes for all of the other project that comes on board also, Switch, Blue, Digger, Liberty, you name it. They all have same strategy, same as Gala has implemented also. Now, very soon, not today yet, but very, very soon, within the next, month, maximum 3 months, you know what, guys? All these licenses will be connected to an NFT. Okay, non-fungible token. That means that you can sell it or transfer it to somebody. Okay, so the NFT key in itself, the token, will be the ownership of all of these licenses. So if you think about it today, some people are, yeah, I haven't made so much money yet, and I'm waiting for my nodes and everything. But guys, everything retroactively and everything until tomorrow, 5 p.m. CET, has still 2,000, USDT dollars, for a green node. Now, if you go to green, it costs 5,200. Is that a good deal? In my opinion, it is. And when you buy your, you actually also help to increase the price of $1. So I like it, guys, because when we have sold, 100,000 nodes, what does the node cost? 102,000. Okay. Gala nodes today are going very, very expensive, and still people are buying them. Why? Because you're making proportionally still the money that you made from day number one with the Gala. So this is what we have to remember. When we start running the green today, it seems small, it seems small that we're making, but a new person that, comes in is making the same, because with the price increase that goes, up on these tokens, even if you mine less per day, the strategy of the rollout is called a fair launch concept. Okay, that means that everyone that starts, and gets a node, I'm actually making some kind of money, even in fiat currency daily. And this is interesting, because when we're looking over time with it, that's the biggest issue always in network marketing. When do people quit, guys? They quit when they do not make money, or they can't see themselves making money. Correct? So who quits a project where you make some money? Do you want to stop to make $100 a day? Do you want to stop to make $100 a week? Do you want to stop to make $100 a month? Most people, and especially in Southeast Asia and around the world, $100 is a lot of money. People here in Thailand, the average salary for a bank, employee that sits in the, customer service or whatever it is about $400, $500 a month. So imagine making even 500, US dollars extra a month. It's life-changing for most people. Now, for us builders, it's the same for us. Imagine making an extra 100,000 a month. Imagine making an extra, 500,000 a month, or imagine making 10 millions. And that's my goal within the next less than 365 days. Actually, the 4th of December, 2022, I will show you guys here. I will share my screen so you know that I'm not bullshitting you. Where is it? Preview desktop. Look here, guys. I will share it with you guys. January. I'm sorry for the strange Buddha years here, but here, what is here? No, wait, now it wasn't 4th then. It's here.
Now December 8th. Now December 9th. 8th. 9th.
When was it when I made the mark? It's something now that is wrong with this. I'm on the wrong computer, I think. When? Sorry guys, I'm on the wrong computer. I put a goal in the call. Was it with you, Simon? That call? No, it was Spanish people. It's actually recorded, so that you can go in and take a look at. I put a goal on, and I wrote officially, and I'm standing by that. That a year from now, I think it was the 4th of December when we did the call, I'm going to make a 10 million, a month.
I know. You already mentioned it before.
Yeah.
But for your information,
because it's possible, guys. It's possible.
You know,
It be? No, it's not easy to make 10 million a month in any project. But is it doable? Yes, it's very doable.
Stefan announced, I did the homework. Okay, let's say based on Gala today, you know, because today, you know, every single day the maximum is 70, no, about 8,500 token a day after having. So that's mean in average more or less about 490 Gala token per note a day.
Yes,
and
correct.
With the 55 cents, let's say the $0.50, 50 cents. So that means $250 a day. So that means equivalent about 7,000 a month. So that's why the people willing, you know, they're willing to pay like, wow, 140,000 but not for Gala. So I compare.
And now remember, guys, Simon, something very important. Something very important here is also that this is not entry level, obviously. Even if the green node one day is 130,000, you can still buy a fractional one, you know, a smaller one.
Wow, awesome. That's good. That's really good. So that's why we cannot say the same, but we have a chance to buy the node very, very low price right now and have a huge potential go up. So that's the key.
True, and it follows. I'm getting a lot of questions is, you know, where will it be listed, you know, this and that. Guys, Gala has been very successful, you know, with listings, you know, everything from Binance to smaller, you know, swap, you know, places. They're following exactly the same strategy. And my question is, do you think it's easier for them doing it second time or first time?
I think so.
So there is a strategy that is being done, and one of the things that the Wright Thurston said to us in the call that was the day before yesterday, okay, he said the following: he do not want to list it too fast on the biggest exchange because he don't want the sharks to buy it up. He wants the people, same as Gala, you know, the strategy has been to as many people as possible get the opportunity of getting Galas. Okay, and the same thing with the green. So he don't want somebody to come in and buy up 50% of it. That's why the strategy is what it is. And the same strategy will be used, you know, for, you know, green, switch, you know, all of them. But remember, you will have a switch function in your switch app. So you don't need even the exchanges with it then. So that will be automatic in the switch app. If you want to switch it from, you know, green to USDT or the Bitcoin to Ethereum, it will be done with obviously the best price available. And it takes 20 seconds to do so in the application that comes. So yeah, it's an interesting project. I hope you guys are excited. I'm actually need to jump out of this call. And Mark and all the other guys here, I really liked the call yesterday we had. I really liked it. I'm very excited to get building with you guys. Please, questions, write them down, shoot them in the group. I'm available, you know, tomorrow again, or even tonight when I'm in Bangkok, which is your morning tomorrow. I'm available for follow-up questions and, you know, and get things straightened out and get going. So just Stefan, you guys know.
Thank you so much, Stefan. I just want to clarify what you just said earlier about no need to create 5 front line below the main account. But if we do that, is that some kind of advantage or disadvantage?
No, of course it's not a disadvantage. It's an advantage to do so, but bear in mind to find real people for them. What I mean with that is you don't need to start building directly under these 5 accounts. You can actually, you know, you can actually hand them over and so on. And the beauty of it, Mark, is that you don't need to hand them over for market price. The notes, you can hand them over for a better friend price to you know, leaders, because you know how it is when they come. Hey, can you support me? So yeah, so you mean I'm having a node for you that today is, you know, 10 times more expensive than when I joined, that you can, you know, get for a decent price. Obviously, you would keep what? You would keep the rewards yourself. That you meant that. So, you know, there are strategies that we will speak about. How do you build it for the future? You know, we always have the same things, Mark, everybody else on this call. You speak with leadership and they want some kind of support. What is a better support than to have a node ready for them? So, you know,
Right.
personally, I have probably 50 nodes, you know, extra, you know, licenses that I have ready for, you know, helping. And so, same Simon and me, you know, I'm counting right now for the bundling actually for Simon and me to bundle our accounts. So Simon, I will get back to you on that also when I'm in Bangkok, because we need to have it done before tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
So Mark and everybody else on the call here, thank you very much, and please shoot in the group. And I'll be in Bangkok from about 7:80 p.m. tonight, my time. You are 15 hours behind, so you can take that into calculation. Now it's 1 p.m. here. So, you know, I'm very happy to come on and, you know, and continue this, because I'm building. Okay, I'm not having a holiday. I'm actually doing network marketing, not net holiday marketing.
All right. Thank you so much.
So I'm available for you guys. So we speak soon. Hope this made some sense for you guys and you got something positive out of it.
Thank you so much, Stefan. Thank you so much for supporting us. Okay, you guys.
We speak soon.
Okay, we're about to end up the webinar today. Thank you so much. Basically, it's on Friday. I know after Friday, the price of the notes go up. You know, right now, like Stefan mentioned, $5,200. But if you guys can get in, even though 1,000, you know, on the wind wheel, try to do that. We can bundle together. Let's say if you want to put if you want to buy you have a $10,000, for example, you can put the 10 the front line your old account, 1,000 each. So when you bundle, that means the top positions you get the 10,000 on together, equivalent 5 knots. We can wait until after Friday or next week. I don't know how much the price of the knot go up, but anyway, it continue business. After the green knot, they have another sweet knot on other things too. So try to understand about the compensation plan and get in. We can do, and we can learn, and we earn the money at the same time. So I recording this video clip and send it to you for your reference, and keep continuous. Ask the question if you have, but the most important, get in. It doesn't matter 500, 1,000, 50,000, 100,000, your own investment. It doesn't matter. The matter is we get in. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, and good night. See you very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.